Listener, I've got 3 more inches. 3 inches more. Gina, I've got 3 more inches for fun and adventure.
But baby, I've been wanting 3 more inches for over 25 years.
Huh?
Yeah.
What? We've only had our Airstream for 8 years.
Oh, wait, what? You're talking about our new lift kit?
Yes, honey, I am.
Okay, sorry. Jack's up, listener.
It's the Riveted with Chris and Gina.
I like your 3 inches, baby.
This one's going to be a first.
Well, on many levels, it's going to be a first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what's cool about it?
Tell me.
It's 100%. I feel accurate and know that I'm right with this statistic. This is our first people from North Dakota.
I agree with that. Yes.
Awesome.
So we're sitting here at the rally still. And
still, I mean, we got a whole week to go yet.
Well, I know, babe. But the listener right now might be listening to this in the fall. I don't know. So
oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so
I mean, we want to.
They don't know where we are.
Yeah.
Listener, we're still at the Airstream rally.
You're smart, Gina, because that probably is the best way to say it.
Wait, say that one more time.
You're smart.
Thank you.
Yes. So anyway, another set of new friends that we have in the recording studio, sitting on our comfy couch, and excited to chat with them. He's presidential. We'll tell you that. And
and
can
the
you
first
repeat
lady
that again for Barb to hear?
Oh.
He's presidential, and just excited to have him participate and be a part of the Riveted. So we've got Jeff and Barb Hanson from the wonderful state of North Dakota, and welcome to the Riveted with Chris and Gina.
Thank you.
Happy to be here.
Yes.
Yeah, we're happy to have you here.
How are you enjoying the rally so far?
Love it.
Love it.
Love it.
Yeah.
We love coming to rallies. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
We're excited
what
to
number
be
is
here.
this for you guys?
Number 3.
3.
3.
Fabulous.
That's
But
two-
the other ones, you're on the west or Midwest, however that is, with the other where the other rallies were. It was closer for you, right?
Right. Rock
Yeah.
Springs and then Sedalia last
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
I guess that's 2.5 more rallies than us, because technically this one hasn't started yet, but we're here.
Right.
So it's like we can put a half mark on it,
We can.
maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, this is our first, and we're just
We're loving
so excited to be here. Yeah. Well,
I love seeing all of this shiny aluminum just in the fields when you look out, and it's just glowing out there. When the sun hits it, it's just so beautiful.
And I like kind of just the uniformity of it too.
Yes.
It's all silver.
yeah.
Yes. Yes.
It's
I
all
agree.
silver. It's all silver, and not only that, but I've been volunteering on the parking team, and it's also, even though the rigs are different lengths, they're really spaced perfectly apart, and the rear of the trailers are all even based on the line, and it just gives this visual when you look at it of like really
Like we all know what we're doing.
uniformity. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, we're professional
There you go.
Airstreamers.
We
All
are.
of us are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're excited to have you and to chat a little bit. So, tell us a little bit, kind of like the backstory before you got into Airstreaming and where you were in life, and like what made you say, we want to get one of these silver trailers in our lifetime.
Jeff loves to tell this story.
Oh, good.
Which one? I was a pilot in the Air Force, and then
Oh, wonderful.
I got out of the Air Force, and we moved to Fargo. I was in the Air Guard for a year, and then I got hired at Northwest, and then I retired from Delta now in 2020.
Yeah.
And so riveted aluminum kept me alive for 40 years in the air.
Yeah.
And we had a other brand trailer for 17 years at a campground in Minnesota. And my folks had a trailer. My brother had a trailer. So our kids grew up seeing grandma and grandpa and their cousins just about every weekend.
Yeah. That's
So I was
wonderful.
familiar with the inner workings of an RV,
Mm-hmm.
but we never really went anywhere with it because it just stayed on the campground year round.
So you had that one, but I guess with your knowledge of and kind of comfort level around riveted aluminum, was there any other brand to consider?
We went to the U.S. Bank Stadium, the home of the Vikings. They have this huge RV show. So we went and looked at a bunch of them. I mean,
I would say we walked through maybe 25.
and there's all
Trailers.
Each brand has a unique
Yeah.
appeal to certain people. And we just kept coming back to the Airstream. We actually rented an Airstream, outdoorsy.com.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah.
Before I, pull the trigger and buy a Airstream, because, they're maybe a little more expensive than other brands. We rented one just to make sure that...
That's a smart move.
Yeah, it was a 22-footer. I had a half-ton truck, and it was great. And then we always used to do this camping trip at Itasca State Park. Have you been to Minnesota yet?
We've been there a little bit, but not immersed ourselves in the state. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Itasca State Park is the home of the headwaters of the Mississippi.
Oh, we did.
We did
We've been
go
there.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't remember the name, but we have been there.
So you walked across.
We have.
Yes,
yeah, awesome.
that was fun.
Yeah. So we used to do this camping trip with our friends from church for years and years, and then we kind of quit. And we would rent a different camper with friends. And then one year we rented one, and I had my half ton. I think it was maybe too big of a trailer for my truck. And when I rented, I said, I need a weight distribution hitch. And they said, you don't need one. Well, driving, 55 miles an hour on a 2-lane road, it wasn't too bad. But then after Itasca, our daughter and 3 kids at the time came with us. We went to another state park, and now we're coming back to Fargo on Interstate 94.
Yeah.
And the first time a semi went by me and took the back end of that trailer, it scared me to death. I mean, we'd been looking at Airstreams. We were going to get one, and I said, I can't do this in retirement. This is too
stressful.
nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
And I thought she was going to cry because she was already planning how she was going to decorate her Airstream, you know?
Yeah.
Well, and I didn't. I wasn't on board right away. So I'd finally wrapped my head around it because he said, I want to retire and
never go to the airport.
never go
stay
to the
in a hotel
airport.
again.
Yeah, and I was like,
Yeah. I like
it's
that
not what
plan.
I want to do. But,
Yeah.
but
We
then
did
we
it.
did do a road. This is what I thought he was going to tell. So go ahead.
Well,
the story,
so we
Dan.
had a reunion in Myrtle Beach. That was my last assignment in the Air Force. And so let's drive and we were in Oklahoma for 4 years, almost 5. So let's go there because we had friends from, the Air Force, from church and Barb's work. And then we're just going to cruise across the country to get to Myrtle Beach. Well, after dragging her suitcase in and out of a hotel for 15 days, she understood why I did not want to do that because I did it 15 days a month for 31 years.
Wow.
So anyway, that
Makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So have you only owned one Airstream so far?
Yep, we bought it, a 27-foot Globetrotter in 2019.
Nice.
And I bought a 3/4 ton truck because I didn't want to have to.
Mm-hmm.
As a pilot, you can never have enough power. So
Right.
kind of the same thing with my truck. So
Right.
So go back a minute about your Air Force days. So were you ever stationed I don't know what plane you were in or whatever, but like Rapid City, South Dakota, were you there?
I've been there, but I've never
Stationed there.
No, I went to pilot training in Enid, Oklahoma,
Okay.
Vance Air Force Base, and then you fill out a dream sheet what you want, but then the Air Force decides what you get. So
Yeah.
I end up staying there as a T-37 instructor. My first assignment. That's the first airplane side by side that the guys start out, and then you move on to the T-38.
Okay.
And then after that, I got a A-10 to Myrtle Beach.
Okay.
So loved Myrtle Beach. That was
Yeah. They closed that one down though.
Yeah, it closed.
Yeah.
We left in
Oh, boy.
'88, and I think
You know
it
that.
closed in like '93. We've been back several times for reunions.
Mm-hmm.
Our old base house is still there. Looks
Is
way
it?
nicer than when we lived in it.
Did you drive through and see how they've changed that?
Yeah.
to
Oh,
the
yeah.
market?
I mean, the whole base side,
It's
our
crazy.
squadron.
There's a few planes still out front.
Yeah.
right
Yeah,
there,
we've got the
but-
picture. I think that's one of my photos is we have a picture in front of the airplane in the
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Very neat.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
We hated to see that go.
We, we're originally from the Carolinas, so Myrtle Beach to us was the beach we went, or North Myrtle Beach area was what we liked more. But that whole area was Gina's stomping grounds when she was growing up,
Mm-hmm.
and then as
Every weekend.
yeah, and
Wow.
we've been down there a bunch as adults and stuff, and winter as full time RVers, we've wintered down there. In North Myrtle Beach several different winters since we've been RVing.
Well, our daughter and granddaughter live close to there. They
Yeah.
live just over the border at Sunset Beach.
Yep.
In North Carolina. So we would stay in that North Myrtle Beach area to camp or, at the RV resort and then
Yep.
just drive 10 miles or so to their house. So it was just a convenient place for us and we just like it down there.
well,
Yeah.
our youngest daughter was born there, so it
Very
has
cool.
special memories.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
Barb was a home healthcare nurse, so I mean, she knew the area way better than I
Yes.
did.
Yeah.
When we lived
Yeah.
on base, I hardly
Yeah.
Didn't even go off base that much, but
Right. It's
Yeah.
changed a lot.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
unrecognizable.
It is. It's grown so much. I tell you, the best time that we had in that whole area was right after COVID hit, and everybody was inside.
They were gone.
No cars were on the road. Chris and I are driving around and doing things. There's no one around, and I'm like, this is the old
Yep.
beach. This is what I grew up like. This, I love this. That was great. But you know,
Yeah.
next thing you know, there's 100,000 more
Yeah.
cars on the road
we
every day. Yeah.
We had reserved March and April of 2020 at a campground down there.
Mm-hmm.
And had we not had that, what they considered to be a long-term reservation, then we would have been forced to leave.
Yeah.
That's what they were doing in that area, was anybody that didn't have a permanent residence or a long-term reservation rental.
Hotels
they-
included. You
Yeah, they were
couldn't
turning them
stay.
away. So
Mhm.
it was a ghost town. It was like
They
an
closed the beaches.
absolute ghost town.
So everything was closed.
Yep.
You couldn't even go out on the beach.
Yep.
So yeah, because they didn't want to encourage people to come down there to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were in Florida. We have a friend that has a home down in Fort Myers, and he knew of somebody that had a condo to rent. So we stayed the whole month of February, and we're driving back
In March.
in
of
beginning March,
2020.
and they're talking about this COVID thing. Do you think this is going to amount to anything? I don't know.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
The reason I was asking you about Rapid City is Gina's our brother-in-law was stationed there for a good number of years. He was a B-1 pilot. And then they moved him down to Abilene, Texas, and that's where he finished out his years and retired. So anytime I hear Air Force, especially, I mean, of course, I guess you guys go in a lot of different places, tons of different, bases, but he's the only close person in our family that was Air Force.
Well, my dad was Air Force.
Yeah, Dad was in the early 60s.
Yeah, but he wasn't a pilot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So tell us about your rig. What do you have?
We have a 2019 Globetrotter 27-footer.
Do any customizations or anything?
Well, not much on the interior.
No.
I converted to lithium a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I have a degree in mechanical engineering, which I never ever used because
Wow.
I went in the Air Force.
Yeah.
And I grew up on a farm, which I think is an advantage because you're always fixing and working.
Right. Tinkering, doing something.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
So I think that helps because I think if you own any RV, you're going to have to do some fixing, because stuff breaks. And
Yes.
for us, the closest dealer is 3.5 hours away.
Oh, wow.
So you just don't run it to the dealer
Yeah.
for every little thing. So funny story. So at Rock Springs, we're trying to divide and conquer. So she went to the clean tank presentation, and I went to the RV electric presentation.
Yeah.
So we get back together, and I said, well, that guy was so over my head. I don't know what he was talking about, but I think I learned something. And she's like, well, I think we should go talk to this guy because they have clean tank had a exhibit, a vendor thing.
Right.
So we're talking with the guy, and this other guy comes up and says, yeah, I bought that thing, and I kind of goofed up the levers when you open your tank and shut this tank, and I blew out all the seals on my black tank. That was a very expensive mistake.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
No.
So the next night, we were supposed to go downtown Rock Springs. They had coupons. So we're in line at this restaurant. We're behind this couple, and it's like, hey, you're the guy we talked to at the clean tank thing. So we end up there. The restaurant was very full. We didn't have a reservation. She said, well, I have one table for 4. And he said, oh, you guys join us. So we sit down to have dinner. And of course, right away, him and I start talking about, the black
Right.
tank and all that stuff. And his wife's like, boys, we're gonna have
Change dinner
we're gonna have
conversation.
food here.
Yeah.
Let's change the subject. So we did. Well, then of course she went up to go to the bathroom, and of course right away he's like da 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 da.
Yeah.
Well, he had just converted his Airstream to lithium, so he had the whole shopping list.
Oh,
He
nice.
sent it to me.
Wow.
And that was great. That was a game changer for
Yeah.
us.
Yep. It really is. I mean, we did what I call solar on the cheap in a way, where I did good research on the panels, batteries, charge controllers, battery monitors, all that kind of stuff. But I tried to use the components that Airstream still had in. So I used the factory
Right.
wiring run from the roof. They put a pre-connect up there for 3 panels. So I used that wiring. I'm still running my same inverter that Airstream put in. but I've got 200 amp hours of lithium and good quality charge controller and stuff. And, we're not huge power hogs by any means, but it has done us well since 2019. And, we've tried to be in places where, we've always got good sun. We don't really like camping under trees or in forest and things like that. So for us, it's done well. And, I did all that myself, other than the final integration of the wiring into the rig. So like I've got everything, I installed everything, I put everything where I wanted it to go, and then I had a more veteran guy that knew what he was doing to.
Well, he was in our local club, so
put it
and
all.
he knew what he was
together.
doing. So we had everything ready, and then we just drove it over there to him and said, "Okay, let's finish this." And
you got to take
he was
advantage of
quick.
that corporate knowledge. We have several
Yes.
members in our club that, like, Ron was a Air Force mechanic for McDonnell Douglas. They have built and restored many different Airstreams. So if you have any kind of question, you go to those guys and
Right.
they can, this is what you do and stuff like that. It's really, really
Right.
nice to have that.
That's the beauty about the community, right? You can
Mhm.
you can feed off of each other and get your Q&As. Yeah.
That's a good word for it too, the community, because I don't know that people really get it that aren't part of it.
Right.
Or,
I don't think
Right.
until you get immersed in the community, you don't realize the
Yeah.
community. Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure. There's like some commonality whenever you see them going down the road and you blink your lights at each other and stuff like that as an owner. But until you really get more involved in the club and rallies and events, you may not realize that there's more than just saying, "Oh, they've got a trailer like me."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What is your opinion? And I'm going off topic here a little second, but like, do you like the word trailer or do you like camper or air? Like, what do you call yours?
kind of depends on the group you're with, because sometimes you feel like if you use the word Airstream, you're like, oh, Airstream.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Mm.
Or you're with our best friends. We used to take our Airstream to, they have
Their
a lake
lake.
home. And for the 4th, they have families. So, we'll just bring our own camper. We'll
Right.
sleep in that. Well, we'd always host happy hour in our Airstream. Well, Deb, she would get confused. Well, one day it was the Streamliner, one day it was the Air Dreamer. I don't know. I mean, it was like.
So sometimes we just call it the Streamliner.
Yeah, that's
but as a joke. But
Yeah.
yeah. So
Well-
yeah, I guess when you are talking to people that aren't part, and you want to tell them that you're going camping, you probably say camper or RV.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, we've always referred to ours as either the rig or camper.
Mm-hmm.
But I've gotten into a habit here recently, especially the past year, where we've talked to a lot more Airstreamers the past year than we have in a good number of years, and a lot of them refer to it as the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And Gina doesn't like referring to it as a trailer, but it's a travel trailer.
Well, I mean, anything could be a trailer, right?
Yeah, sure,
But
it can.
not everything can be an Airstream,
That's true too.
right?
Yeah,
And we don't see
So-
that many.
Yeah.
Like, we've got, in our unit, we've got 37 trailers.
Okay.
yeah,
And
yeah.
we're just, it's a big geographic area. And we've got the one dealer in North Minneapolis.
Mm-hmm.
So we get excited when we see another Airstream on the road.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
flashing those lights.
Yeah, we flash our lights
We
too.
flash lights, too.
Sometimes when the Airstream's not behind us, we're still flashing our lights.
I almost did that the other day, but I thought,
Yeah.
that's kind of lame. I better not.
Yeah, no, we've done it.
Yeah.
And then we forget. And I said, Chris, I think they gave us a look
Yeah,
like,
they're
why
like,
are they
why are you
doing
flashing
that?
at me?
Oh,
There's
well.
something wrong with our rig. But yeah.
So
Yeah.
I have to say that, and of course you told me this before the recording, but like the name of your guys' unit is one of the coolest, most beautiful names of any Airstream unit, I think, in the club. I mean, I don't know the names of all of them,
Yeah.
but I mean, North Dakota Peace Gardens unit, that is just awesome, right?
I want to go there.
Did I say that right?
Oh,
Yeah,
you
you
absolutely
Okay.
did.
Yeah.
The history there,
Yeah.
North Dakota had a club. It was the Peace Garden unit. And then South Dakota and Manitoba both had clubs that were
Dissolved.
shrinking. They dissolved. So they asked to join our club.
Right.
Well, so last year, normally you have the change of president in September. So I
Mhm.
took over last September, but the international rally was not until October.
Right.
So, I'm going to carry in our unit flag. Well, I get there, we didn't have a unit flag.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
We carried the North Dakota state flag. And one of our other friends that are here, Mary, she says, I went and looked at every flag on the
She did her research.
because you carry them in, and then they set all the flags on the outside in these flag holders, and then at the end of the rally, you pick it up. We are the only unit that doesn't have a flag.
Wow.
So this fall or the spring at our first rally, why don't we have a flag? Well, I had several stories. It was too
much
expensive
work,
to get
yeah.
a design, and they were really expensive to make, and da-da-da-da. And I said, well, I paid tuition at the University of Minnesota for an art history degree for my youngest daughter. I think she can help us out.
Yep.
So
yep.
and there's going to be no cost there.
yeah.
And I didn't realize that some of the gals had been talking, okay, what's common with North Dakota, South Dakota, Manitoba? Well, we've had several rallies the last 3 years, and they all involve some sort of experience at a buffalo ranch. You know, you go to Teddy Roosevelt National Park,
Yes.
there's buffalo
Right.
there. We were up in
Yes.
Canada. We were on the back of these trailers that had these nice steel guards behind this tractor in the middle of the bison
Or-
ranch. Yeah, the guy comes out and dumps, 5-gallon buckets of feed, and all these bison are right up to the
Wow.
trailer. It's like, whoa, this is up close and personal. And then we all said, you can't get to a bison ranch up there unless you drive by some sort of wheat field.
Okay.
So I called my daughter. I said, hey, I need a flag designed. And I didn't know that Barb had emailed, well, maybe you could have something with a buffalo or a wheat field. And so she sent me this picture. She had hand-drawn a buffalo. She painted it silver, and then she put the seams and the rivets like an Airstream.
How cool.
And then she put a blue beret. She did some research, like, what's this club about?
Yeah.
She saw the name of the magazine was the Blue Beret. And so she put the blue beret on the buffalo. Went through the process. There's a process to get a
Right.
flag approved.
Right.
Right.
Oh,
And-
yes. Yes.
And so
We have
tonight I'm
You're gonna-
carrying it across.
Yay. I can't wait to see it.
Debut it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a great story right there.
That
Yeah.
is. I can't wait
Yeah.
to see that.
I have a
very
picture
cool.
on my phone. We can look at it.
Oh,
later.
okay. Perfect.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Perfect.
But yeah, it was, and I've had such positive responses
Yeah.
from
Yes.
most everybody. So
Yeah. So they did like it then.
Yeah,
That's
they
good.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always the challenge is whether or not the rest of the group is going to like
Yeah.
it. I mean, not everybody's going to agree on everything, but if you can get the majority, you've done
Yeah.
something right?
Yeah.
Our unit in North Carolina is a big unit. It's one of the biggest, I
yeah, I
think.
noticed that.
Yeah, I think it's approaching 300 trailers, I think.
How did they
And-
host a rally?
They can't host one that holds everybody. This past year, all of 2024 and so far this year, we've hosted 2 per month. So they've done 2 at different locations per month, and they can't find a facility to hold them all by a long shot. And we do have a lot of new members joining. Some haven't participated yet. I mean, we've been a club member for 8 years, and we don't participate on a very regular level because sometimes we're not in the region. But anyway, my point is, since we've been a member, that club's flag has changed 3 times.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Yes, it
Yeah.
has.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it
Well-
has. The flag that they had when we first joined, it was that year we joined, it was being phased out, and they had come up with a new design. That's the one that I currently own and fly whenever I can. And they have changed it again just within the past 18 months. Yeah.
Huh.
And
Well, that's helpful information. Like, because if somebody
Yeah, maybe
says
next year
they
the new
don't
president
like
will say, I don't like this flag.
don't
Let's
like
get a
this
different
one."
one.
Yeah.
So,
could be. Yeah. And I have no knowledge of why it has done that, but we've had a couple, and the one that I've got, and they had changed to right when we joined, I thought was a really good looking flag. You know,
We don't know. We weren't there for the meeting.
No. The one that they came out with, too, is also really, really cool. We got a sticker on the door. When we get done, I'll show you the sticker. It's basically the flag. They did a good job with it. Yeah, our club is there's people joining it from places other than the Carolinas. I mean, there's other clubs in North and South Carolina, several, but like when you see new member list come out, I mean, there's people joined from other states.
Well, we joined other states' clubs.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
yeah,
we
we're
do.
affiliate members of Minnesota. I mean,
Yeah.
it's right
Yeah.
across the river. And we went to their first spring rally, and then they had. I don't. Have you guys heard of the Airstream Park in Minnesota?
Yeah, we have.
Yes.
Yep.
Have you been there? It's
Not yet.
absolutely beautiful.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's
You
in the
should go.
woods.
Okay.
It's they had it was like a 1-day Illumapalooza. They called it
Minnesota
Palooza.
Minnapalooza. I think.
Minnapalooza or
Oh,
something.
neat.
Yeah.
Minnapalooza.
And they
That's what it was.
the people there own their lots, but if they're not going to be there or use it, they rent it out. So we just
Mhm.
rented the slot for the weekend, and it was really cool.
Yeah. We were sitting in Benson, Arizona, probably 5-6 years ago. We were only there overnight in their little dry camping spot.
Yeah, we just stopped as we was
just for the
passing
night,
through.
and we got settled, and a couple people greeted us saying hey as they walked by, and then this nice lady came walking up, and she's introduced herself, and she pointed up the hill, and she says, "That's my Airstream right up there, and if you're ever in Minnesota, check us out." And she handed me a little brochure.
Oh,
And it was really kind of odd to be in southern Arizona and being asked to
Yeah.
visit,
Minnesota.
Minnesota. And but it was super nice. Yeah, I wished I could remember her name, but
She was real nice.
I guess she winters in Benson and then summers up there. Yeah,
Yeah.
which was cool.
Yeah, it's a beautiful park.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, lots of woods. They just redid a brand new swimming pool. We didn't even bring swimsuits. Like we're not pool people,
Yeah.
but it was so hot that weekend. And,
Kind of wish you had.
well, we did. We
We
drove
went and bought
50
swimsuits.
miles to St. Cloud and went to the
Yeah,
sporting goods
there
store
you
and bought
go.
swimsuits.
There you go.
and- yeah.
That's the thing about some of those places out west. You have to drive a ways to get to
Yep.
some commercialized
Yeah.
store or whatever
Yeah.
that you might need. Yeah.
Our experience in that region up there was the summer of COVID. That March and April we told you about in North Myrtle Beach. After that reservation was up, we decided to travel, and we slowly worked our way up through Michigan, went up to the UP, headed west out of the UP, and it dumped us into Minnesota and Wisconsin and stuff. And then we went, and we didn't spend as much time in either one of those states as we would have liked to. And,
Well, we just didn't know what the world was going to do
No,
either,
we
so we
didn't.
were
Yeah.
just kind of
Yeah.
meandering and
so then we exited west and got on Highway 2 and took it all the
That's
way.
how we got here.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Really
Took it
Yeah.
all the way
'Cause
across.
we went to the UP on
Yeah.
this trip.
Oh,
We
okay.
had Barb's brother has a lake home in northern Wisconsin, so we left on Tuesday, camped at a state park,
Yeah.
Brainerd, and then spent 3 days at her brother's place. We just used the campground nearby,
Mm-hmm.
and then we stopped. Well, we took 2 days to get to Mackinac City, and then we took the
Mhm.
ferry over to
Yeah.
Mackinac Island to say
Oh,
I got the
That you
shirt.
did it.
very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Other than it was really, really windy, and they say it's only a 15 to 20-minute boat ride, but
It was the longest 15 to 20
Oh,
minutes.
really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't tolerate it well.
Yep.
But anyway.
Because it was kind of rocking.
Oh,
or-
yeah.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was rocking.
Yeah.
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 Oh,
And then it was so nice because we stayed at a KOA, and it was like a quarter mile from the campground. There was a bike path went right into town. So we rode our bikes right onto the ferry, brought our bikes to the island. We rode, it was like 8 miles around the island. Then we did some walking and stuff like that, but it was cool.
yeah. And
All
then,
of that was closed when we were there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, for
Close.
COVID, sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that was
Because
closed.
wasn't our first, because we bought our camp in the fall of 2020. Isn't that when we did our Trans-Wisconsin
Yeah, we did Wisconsin and Minnesota that summer.
at state parks? Because my sister lived outside of Madison, so there was a city park there. Devil's Lake State Park, northwest of Madison, was gorgeous. Copper Falls State Park, northern Wisconsin.
St. Croix. And
Yeah, that was on the Minnesota side. Then we were Jay Cook. No, Gooseberry Falls was where we went with the rental one, I think.
Yeah.
But just beautiful state parks and
Yeah.
Minnesota.
You can tell that both of those states are gorgeous. I wish we would have.
Had
done
more
more.
time. Well, we
Yeah.
had the time. We just kept moving.
Yeah, and we ultimately just headed west all the way through Dakota and got into Montana, and we did get to go to Glacier.
Yeah,
And,
well, technically we did too, but that was during, was that COVID too? That was later that
Yeah.
summer, right?
Well, I think it was the next year. No, I can't remember.
I think it was. You're right. I think it was
Isn't
the
that
next
great
year.
though? You've
Yeah.
been so many
Yeah.
great places. It's hard to remember when you.
I actually have a
went.
travel journal, and so I
Yeah.
can
Okay,
refer
good.
back
When you get
to
old
some,
and you can't remember where you've
like,
been, you
when
just
did
refer.
we do that? And,
Well, just think about it. That's that's a good example of our podcast is that having conversations like this about the experiences you have in your life from having that Airstream in tow.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? And it's
Have
really
you
cool.
have you ever had like a major mishap or like, oh God, why did I do that? Or oh, that happened or anything major like that with your Airstream?
well, we had a broken window.
Oh yeah, that was an expensive mistake.
Oh.
Oh.
So we were at our friend's lake home for the 4th of July, and I think we were just finishing up that Wisconsin trip.
I think so.
So we back in, we're all excited to be there, and Barb's inside the trailer, and I'm outside. You know, sometimes these windows stick, so I got
Yeah.
little plastic things. So
Mhm.
I'm running the thing, and she's pushing on one corner, and I'm pulling on the other corner, and we get it open. Well, we get to the front, and I don't know, I think we're tired. We'd driven all day, and I don't know if I didn't use the thing or whatever. So she's pushing on the one corner. I'm pulling on the same corner, and the other corner sticks.
Oh.
Boom!
Wow.
Oh.
A million pieces. I close my eyes. I could feel this glass on my
Whoa.
arm. I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be a bloody mess when I open my eyes. But it's safety glass,
Yeah.
not a scratch on me, but
Just a
there's
mess.
this just a big pile.
and it was your front window?
front window.
Right?
Yeah.
And so looking at our friends, he had a shop vac and
A rake and a broom.
whatever
and
to clean up
Yeah.
the mess. And since it was the front, we could put the rock guard
Yeah.
down.
Right.
And I was still working, so I had a trip the next week. So I towed the Airstream to.
Oh, and I'm sorry not to interrupt you, but that in your floor plan, that's your bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
a front bed.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
doors in the
Oh.
back.
mess all over your bed and stuff.
It's probably mainly outside.
It was
It
mostly all
mostly
because
outside.
of the screen.
Because
Oh.
we
Yeah.
pulled it away. Yeah,
You're
Yeah.
right. You're
Yeah.
totally right. I
It's
don't know what
okay.
I was
Wake
thinking.
up, Chris.
I'll get
I
back
think
to
it
we
was
did-
traumatizing for me, Chris.
I'm
So,
sorry.
Yes. Yes.
I could imagine.
It
Let
was a
him
mess.
tell his story.
It was a mess.
Yeah.
It was a mess.
Yeah.
so I pull into the dealership. There is not one Airstream on the lot. This is 2020.
Right.
And the service guy says, "Hey Jeff, if you want to sell me your trailer, I can get you $30,000 more than you paid for it last fall." Well, I said, "Well, you'll have nothing because we got nothing to sell yet." I said, "Oh, I think I'll fix my window then and keep what I got."
That's I don't know that that's a very good sales tactic.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he's hoping.
Well, if you want to pocket the money and
Yeah,
wait
yeah.
around for another year and a half
Yeah.
to get it, because like when we went to Lumapalooza the next year, they were still
Yeah.
behind at the factory. They
Yeah.
said
Mhm.
every Airstream we make has got a name to it.
Mhm.
We don't have trailers to put on dealers' lots yet.
Right.
Well, we were at the factory in Memorial Day weekend of 2022. Whenever they did the grand opening of the Heritage Center, we were one of the lucky ones to get the lottery drawing, and we were there. And even then, as they were giving us the tour of the factory, which we were the first group of people to tour that new factory, they were talking about almost a 200 rig backlog.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Well, they had supply tyranny issues.
All that,
and
yeah.
help. Their
yeah.
workers are getting sick and whatever. And
hmm
so, yeah.
Now,
Well, wait.
about
I want to say something here since I asked that question, but I'm going to do a plug for our friends.
okay, you can do it.
Well, thank you.
Okay,
So
do it. Do it good.
okay, so we met Kevin and Deborah Rogers, and they own No Locks now, and No Locks Solutions. So we met up with Deborah and Kevin in Top of Georgia, Airstream Park in Helen, Georgia, to work on our door. Well, while we're sitting there talking to them, Deborah's telling us about these pain pins that they have. So the little purple knobs that you see around our windows,
Right there.
you just press on them. You unlock your window, unlock it, and then you just press that, and it just pops that window open.
Oh, we have a story about that too.
just enough to open it. It's amazing.
And they've
It's
come
beautiful.
out. They've come out with these decorative colors. They've got a bunch
Yes.
of different colors you
You
can
can get-
use.
Oh, purple.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
yeah.
I love purple.
So-
Purple and white. I love white.
So we were, I think it was that first summer, we were at Father Hennepin State Park in Minnesota. And these two Airstreams pull in, and
I think they were cousins.
they were cousins or
It
the
doesn't
wives
really
were
matter
brothers.
what
It
they
doesn't matter. And they had those, so they demonstrated that. And then he had been in the
Perfect.
Coast Guard, and he knew that I had been a pilot, so he gave me my remove before flight thing to keep track of my keys.
Oh.
Yes.
The funniest story there, though, was we had some bad weather that weekend, and I mean, we just sat in our trailer, but I guess their shelter was the shower room.
Women's shower.
And
room.
one of the
Yeah.
gals, she, I went in to take my shower. I come out of my shower, buck naked, and there's 30 people in there
Oh,
with
no.
It was kind of embarrassing. Yeah, that would have been, but so
Yeah, that is
Oh,
funny.
that is hilarious, actually.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? Chris would have gone, well, hey. Well, what's
at this
happening?
age, who cares
Yeah,
anymore? Whatever.
I like it.
So kind of last question about the Airstream side of your life before we start wrapping up, I guess, is, and we've asked this to a lot of people, and sometimes it starts a fight, sometimes it doesn't, but like, so what's been, and if you have different answers, that's fine, but like, what's been so far your most epic Airstream experience? Like destination, event, whatever, like what's been the biggest one that's most impactful to you?
I would say for me, we had a wedding at we had neighbors that used to live right behind us, one house over, and we were great friends, and they retired in Bozeman, and their daughter was getting married. So we planned this trip to Bozeman. We stopped at some microbrewery, Harvest Host, in Billings, and this couple was next to us. They were in a Nifford trailer, but they were from California. I think they had just gotten out of California.
From because of COVID.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
And so, I mean, we stayed up way too late with those guys because they were just, finally, we could talk to somebody else.
Yeah.
And then we stayed at the Bozeman Hot Springs Campground in
Oh.
Bozeman, Montana. They had all these different pools of hot springs,
Ooh.
which is cool. So then that's when we went up to Glacier, but you had to register for a lottery to go on going
Oh.
to the sun.
Mhm.
So we didn't get that.
Yeah.
But we were stayed at a campground in Columbia Falls. Was that the town?
Mm-hmm.
So the guy that parked us, well, you could take this gravel road and there's a back way in there. And if you go there, there's this great bakery. I love Huckleberry Bear Claws. Okay, keep you in mind. So we drive this, we left our camper and it was 40 miles of gravel road, which is no big deal. But I got him his bear claw. But then the last 10 miles on this road was the absolute roughest road. I mean, we're driving 10 miles an hour and my head is bouncing off the thing.
Wow.
We get to the entrance of Glacier. There's only like 3 vehicles. This is great.
Yeah.
Barb took a picture of the sign. We pull up to the ranger. He says, where are you going? I said, well, I looked at this, like, I don't know what it was. Lake McDonald looked like it would be a cool place to hike. You can't go there. What do you mean? There's no parking. There's too many people. There's no parking. But you got your bikes. You can ride anywhere you want. I said, well, we're from Fargo. We are not climbing no mountains with our bikes.
Yeah.
Well, you can park over there, and there's a trail just up the road. You can, as long as you got your bear spray, you can go walk in there. And I thought, I don't have bear spray, but the guy in front of me does, and I think I can outrun him. So I think we're good.
While he's spraying, you're running.
Yeah. So that was our Glacier. We were technically inside, and then we were going to stay at the some Harvest Host in Missoula. Something, I forget what it was. Norwegian Soho Ranch, and the gal sends me an email like a week or two. Yeah, we've been having some issues. Our neighbors are complaining that we're running an illegal RV park. So the sheriff's been out a couple times to talk to us, but I'm just letting you know. I think it'll be okay. And I said, with my luck, we'd be there when the sheriff comes and impounds my trailer. So we just found some, and then we had pilot friends from the Guard. They lived outside of Boise. That was beautiful. And then my best friend from the Air Force, another Delta guy, lives outside of Park City. So we spent some time with them.
Yeah, we love Park City.
Yeah. Well, all those areas you're talking about are just absolutely gorgeous.
And then on the way from Rock Springs, we hit Devil's Tower. That was really cool to see that. We kind of did the hike around that. That was another good trip.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. I have a video of Chris hiking, and help me with that video. Chris, it tells you to go in one direction or something, and you're going the opposite. What was that?
The path around the base of Devil's Tower,
Yeah.
there's the directional signs, about the direction to go.
Yes.
And on one side of the sign, it told you to go one way, but on the other side of the sign, it told you to go a different way. And I thought that the sign was wrong. And I sat there and studied that for a minute.
I was videoing that.
And I'm
I was
like-
like, I turned my camera on real fast. I wanted that.
And I'm like, this is weird. Like, why is the sign wrong? Why is it pointing the wrong way? And it ended up like I just could not compute the fact that it had to do with the direction you were walking on the path. And
You should have seen it.
Yeah.
Like, you know how you can look at someone's face and you know that their brain
The
is
wheel
just,
is spinning.
Yeah, like they're trying to figure
Well,
something out.
and,
That's the trip that I don't know if you've listened to the episode when I talk about my boyfriend, but we met this guy in Wyoming and we traveled together to Wyoming. Wyoming, and we traveled together up to South Dakota, Deadwood, and all that, and went to Devil's Tower, and he was on that little hike with us around and stuff. He finally just walked away. He looked at Chris and just shook his head, and he just kept walking. He's like, yeah, I got to get away, because he's trying to figure that one out. It's like his brain just stopped working all of a sudden.
he had a 20. He was the first person that we ever he's got a 27-foot international, and he was the first person we ever really camped with for any extended period of time or traveled with.
Yeah.
That was also an Airstreamer, and so. We camped at a few places and enjoyed the rear dinette wraparound window deal like you guys have, backing into a really pretty site.
Yeah, that's how
because we have a rear bedroom and we don't have as many
we have
windows.
the lockers, so we don't have the wraparound back there.
So like we loved hanging out in his trailer and some of those places we camped. And
we were sitting there at the table one time, and I just happened to be looking out. The guys were talking, and I said, look, and this tree just fell. It just laid over.
on its own.
Yeah, out in the middle of the woods. And you never see stuff like that. Yeah. We didn't hear it because we were inside the camper, but it just laid over. And where I was like, that was really cool. I was like being able to see that. But that's just part of that community thing, you know?
Yep.
Airstreamers all kind of, bond together and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
First, because of the Airstream.
Mm-hmm.
Second, because they get to know each other and stuff. But we both met each other camping side by side in Jackson, Wyoming. But what it was is he was waiting for the winter, the fall leaves to change and the first snow. We were waiting for the first snow, and so we kept waiting. We were there for like a week or so, and we're like, nothing's really happening right now, And he's like, well, let's go somewhere, and we're like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we just followed each other, and we went and did a trip up north and then came back down. We did the Beartooth Highway together and stuff, but that was really cool. And that's part of that community thing too.
Yeah.
Airstreamers just kind of
Well, and you can be like from so many different walks of life.
Absolutely.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
But you can somehow you bond and
Right.
and people you would probably never meet otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That happens a lot.
And then they become friends for life, right?
Yeah.
Well, our party last night was with Gary, who we met at Illumapalooza in 21. I showed up. It's my first event.
Yeah, we'd never been to any rally before.
And it's Illumapalooza. I pull up in line, and they say, we don't have you listed.
Oh, no.
What? No, here's my paperwork. Oh, Jeff, you're at the Holloway campground, which was, they used to make the Nest
Yes.
camper, and we had a generator.
Yes.
So we get over there like, well, now we're going to have to drive for the happy hour and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And there's like 30, 40 trailers, and there's these 5 or 6 trailers off by ourselves.
Yeah.
Generator row. And I was kind of upset at first. Well, Gary was there. There's another couple.
There were
5 of us, wasn't
5, I think. 5 rigs.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we just had so
and we
much
saw
fun
Ray and
together.
Olga and Carl and Anne Marie at Rock Springs. I think they're
here.
Anne Marie and Carl are here. I haven't
Yeah.
seen them yet, but
Yeah.
And so we get together with Gary now and wherever at.
Yeah,
around.
he's
Wherever
from-
he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because
Yeah.
you rallied
And
with
where's
him.
he from?
Yeah.
Boston.
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 Real close.
Yeah.
But he came to Sedalia last year. I think that's,
That's
when
great.
and he's
Yeah.
here now. So
One day when you walked to the fence last night, you were like, yeah, we're down here at a happy hour to friends. I'm like, thanks for the invite. Appreciate that.
well, you guys were pretty
Thank you.
busy. It was
Yeah,
okay.
We
so
were busy.
before we say something,
Yes.
Barb has a question for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Your light.
The
Oh yeah,
Because
that's
she was facing your trailer last night.
and
We're
I was
having
like,
our
that
happy.
is so cool. And that, like
Yeah.
and everybody kind
Oh,
of
'cause
turned
we were-
around and looked at it, and they're like, oh yeah, cool. And they said, no, it changes colors often. And
yeah. No, he was sitting here playing with it.
I was doing
Oh.
it. I was
Chris likes to play with his pole.
I was demoing my pole for
Yes.
some folks.
And so
Oh.
people had come up,
Yep.
and as soon as they come up and ask about his pole,
Yeah, I like to do a demo
Chris
of
gets
it.
very
Well, there was
excited.
quite a bigger crowd because I was going to come over
Yeah,
several times.
yeah.
Like, well, he's entertaining too. I'm not going to go bother
No,
him.
you absolutely. We
That's the
are
purpose-
open door always.
And that's
you
the
always
purpose
come.
of that's the purpose of the light on the pole. Is I got my flag during the day. I pull it down at sunset, especially in events like this. Then I run that light up. Gina found it at Costco several years ago, and it's just this cool little rope light thing. And it's got
It's
got a
flat
remote
though. That's
control.
what's so great. Yeah.
It's got a remote control. It has all these different controls. You could do red, white, and blue. You can
Yeah.
do orange and purple for
All
Halloween,
kinds of things.
Christmas.
That's what he was
And-
showing off last night.
Yeah,
That's why you
and-
saw it.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was.
Change
I
it.
thought it was just on a computer program, cycling
Nope.
different.
No, I was
Yeah.
on
No,
and
he was out here playing with it.
So we want, we want
right
it to
out
be,
the open.
yeah, we
Yeah.
want it to be like the.
I think I was probably more impressed than everybody else because I was watching.
Well, she was
it.
facing this
Yeah.
way,
Yeah.
so she right away. Oh, look at that
and they
light pole
kinda
he's
turned
got.
around and
Yeah, Barb
Yeah.
was impressed with my pole. Gina.
Yeah, I hear that.
See, that's what I'm
I
talking
hear
about.
that.
Well,
Yeah.
we it's like we want it to be the beacon, like bing, right here's
Yeah.
the party kind of deal,
Yeah.
and we've
Well, and that's what some of the people here were saying. Whenever he made the one light where it looked like it was going down,
yeah.
he's like, "That's what you need to do. That just lets everybody know. Come right
Yeah.
here, right where the light is." Yeah.
It's a lot of fun, and
Yeah.
then it's obviously I turn it off at quiet hours and bedtime and stuff, so it's not like I leave it
It
on all
doesn't make
night.
noise, honey.
Oh, no, well, no, I know it doesn't, but it radiates light,
Yeah.
And,
Okay, gotcha.
But it is. Thank you for asking about that because I love to talk about.
He does.
pole.
He does.
And,
We went to the Heritage Center opening, and every evening when he turned that on, it didn't take long before people were going over
Yep.
there and saying. And it's so funny because if I'm not there and I walk up on it, I walk up and I'm looking at everybody's heads up towards the sky, and they're pointing at this pole, and I'm like, "Oh, Chris is so happy right now.
And the thing,
He's a happy guy."
it could not be more perfect. I mean, it was just a Costco box. I mean, who knows how it worked out, but this is a 25-foot flagpole, and that thing is like 22 feet long.
Something
It's
like that.
perfect.
Next time I go to Costco, I'm going to keep my eyes peeled.
Yeah.
You have
Do
to
that.
find you one.
Yeah.
Yeah. When
And
I
I-
first brought it home, he's like, "No, I don't want that. That's gonna be that's silly. I'm not putting that up."
Yeah.
And he loves it.
Absolutely.
Loves
It's
it.
perfect. And
But we've used it a lot.
I
like
used it a lot.
in the
Yeah.
different colors per
Yeah.
whatever we're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't, sometimes I forget if it's been a late night or if I had a little too much to drink or whatever, but I usually try to pull the flag down before dark because I don't have a light on it. And then putting that up is, gets us through the night and stuff.
Mhm.
And, but it's fun. It's a good addition, especially to a rally. I don't run that light if we're just camping in a campground.
No.
Yeah, it's
No.
usually when we got friends around and
Mhm.
Yeah.
rallies and events and stuff like
Mhm.
that. But thank you for asking. Yeah.
Oh, she was like, "Oh my God, look at that pole over there. That is so cool."
Yeah.
I'm going to ask him about that tomorrow.
So did you have pole envy?
Yeah. Did you have
Yeah.
pole?
Oh, see, Chris?
Yeah.
Pole envy right here.
Okay. Well, we had a lot of fun. This was a fun conversation.
Yes,
Thank you
but
guys
it's getting
very
hot
much.
in here.
I
It
know.
is.
And thank
Oh,
you.
not
I
because
might
of the-
even say I'm hot, and it takes a lot to get me hot.
Oh,
So,
it's all about your pole, babe.
Yeah.
Whoa.
it's not. It's because we have the air conditioner off
It
and the windows
is.
shut.
Yes, we need
Yeah.
some air.
The pole might have a little bit to do.
Yes. All right, listener.
Okay. Thank you so very much, you guys, and I can't wait
welcome.
to hang
Thank
out
you,
with you,
guys.
see you
Yeah.
around the rally.
Thanks for
and-
reaching out.
Yep.
Mhm.
Very, very fun conversation. And tell all your friends about being on the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, we will.
All right.
Yeah. The therapy couch, right?
It's
Yeah.
not a therapy couch, Gina.
It's
not.
comfy like one, right? Well, I've never
Yeah.
been on one.
I
Have you ever
neither.
been on one? They're probably like rock hard, because they hold people
Yeah.
to that hour,
Yeah.
right? Get them out of here. No,
All
but
right.
yeah.
No,
Well,
this is our first podcast, so
Is it?
yes.
Well, we're glad you're here.
Yep.
Yeah. And thank you for your service, by the way.
Absolutely.
Thank you very
100%.
much.
It was my lifelong dream to do that,
Yeah, very cool.
and I got to do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we appreciate that.
All right, you guys. Well, we will see you around the rally, and we'll definitely see you down the road, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
They're such a nice couple.
Absolutely, they are.
Mhm. And from North Dakota.
Yeah, I think that's got something to do with it. I don't know that I've ever met anybody from the Dakotas that wasn't nice.
Oh. Well, maybe they're just happy to talk to somebody.
Could be that too.
I mean, I don't know.
Hey, I do know this, and they were pretty modest about it. But like, you know, with them being from North Dakota, next year before the Minot thing, they're going to be throwing one hell of a party.
Oh, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely, they are.
Yeah.
They already mentioned it. Like
Yeah.
they'll be
Maybe we should start the registration for that now.
their backyard is going to be full of Airstreams.
Well, I don't know, because doesn't everybody in the Dakotas have huge yards?
That makes it even better.
Yeah. So we could more the merrier.
Pre-rally party.
I don't know if they'd appreciate that.
You guys get ready.
We're on our way.
We're on our way.
Yeah.
All right, listener. Well, thank you so much. Hope you're enjoying these episodes. You know, each one of these that we recorded at International are unique and different, and every Airstreamer's got an awesome story. So we
want to hear your story.
We do. Yeah. All are welcome.
Yes. Get in touch with us.
Get in touch with us. info@therivetedfox.com. Send us an email. You can also go to our website, and there's a contact page, a get in touch page. You can fill out either one. But we'd love to have you on as a guest.
And we look forward to seeing you guys down the road.
See you down the road.
We've come a long way, and I won't say goodbye because, you know, we never say goodbye on a caravan, but we'll be seeing you down the road.